Welcome to SQL Systems online demonstration for SequelMed Electronic Practice Management (EPM), Electronic Document Management (EDM) for anesthesia. SequelMed utilizes a relational and hierarchical database which facilitates the setup and logic of the program. SQL Systems chose the Oracle database due to its inherent security and flexibility. It's the same reason why the Department of Defense also chose Oracle. It is a single database which provides the ability to share patient demographic information between practices and pull reports from multiple practices. The practice management solution was designed to send a clean claim out the first time. The anesthesia module performs a concurrency based on each plan's rules and anesthesia-specific rules. The concurrency will automatically calculate the appropriate anesthesia modifier for each plan. This online demonstration, we're going to cover 1. How to create a charge batch, scan the anesthesia records into the SequelMed, how to enter anesthesia cases, including anesthesia charges and flat fees such as art lines and post-op pain management. Third, we're going to perform a concurrency and show how SequelMed utilizes the plan-specific and anesthesia-specific type rules towards a concurrency to check for compliance. Finally, we're going to show how SequelMed uses the claim editing or claim scrubbing software to check for the CCI edits. The first window that we're looking at is the charge batch processing window, and we're going to create a charge batch. We're going to view a charge batch that I've already created. I'm going to very simply enter a description, the name of a biller, and the practice. I can scan the anesthesia records into the system by clicking scan here, or I can click scan here. Now let's view a couple of the anesthesia records I've already scanned into the system. If you notice, there's a barcode on this anesthesia record. The barcode separates the scanned documents into each individual case. For example, the first page could be your anesthesia billing card, the second page could be your patient demographics, and the third page could be your anesthesia report. What one would do is scan all the documents into SequelMed, and the barcode would separate each patient's case from each other by using the barcode. Now let's view how we're going to enter an anesthesia case. What we're going to do is we're going to click on the anesthesia case icon here, and this will open the anesthesia case window. What we're going to do is we're going to first find the patient. So we're going to click on the family button, and we're going to find the patient. So let's say the name of the patient is Jenny Magden. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go into patient demographics to review to make sure at first that this is a correct patient, and also to update any information that may have changed since the last time. Now we're going to select that patient, and if you notice, it automatically pulls the primary plan, in which this case it's United Healthcare, directly into SequelMed. I'm going to select the type of anesthesia, and I'm going to choose MAC anesthesia. Now if there's other types of anesthesia that you're doing or you want to track, you can always enter that within the profiles. Now what the system will do is it will take United Healthcare's plan-specific rules and MAC anesthesia-specific rules and apply it to this particular case. We're going to enter a location, and it's going to be an outpatient, and we're going to enter a from date and a admission date, which will be the same date for this specific example, and an ICD-9 code, and also a surgeon's name or referring provider. Now I'm going to enter a D. I'm going to type a D. When I type a D, the referring provider window will automatically open up, and as I type additional characters, it will refine the search. So I'm just going to click enter here, and that will automatically select Joseph for me as referring provider. Now if you notice in the account number and visit number, these two fields are blank on the patient records. When I click save here, the account number and the case number will automatically self-populate into the electronic document. What this does is it links the electronic document directly to the case. So when you go back into the case and you click on documents, these documents will automatically, the window will automatically open. Let's take a look at a couple previous cases I've already entered. If you notice, in this particular case, we have multiple reliefs for both the attending, the CRNA, and also the resident. This information can be entered in any specific type of order, and the system will automatically calculate the correct number of concurrent cases and the correct number of concurrent cases that the resident was on the case for. And this will be performed in the second part of entering the charge, which is the anesthesia concurrency portion. I've also entered 2 flat fees, an art line, and a T. Let's take a look at another case here. Now you notice for this particular case, I have 2 dates of post-op pain management. One date of service was on 11/6 and another date was on 11/7. Now if you notice also, the actual date of service is 11/5. The purpose of me showing this is to illustrate that if the information is available, you can enter all the charges for a particular case at one time. If all the charges are not available when you enter the anesthesia charge, you can always go back and enter that information at a later time. Now if you notice also, when I click next on my electronic document window, it also changes not just the account number here and also the document I'm viewing, but also the anesthesia case. This makes it very convenient for checking your work once you've entered all the information. Now let's assume now that all the information is entered, and now I'm going to enter an anesthesia case without an electronic document. That can be very easily accomplished by changing your windows to the anesthesia case window. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to find the anesthesia case. We're going to first look at a new case. Let me click on new here. If you notice, the account number, plan, etc. is empty, and you go through the same steps as you would as if you're working with electronic documents. Now let's say, for example, I've already entered a case. Let's go with John Cooper here. And we've entered the first case, and now we're going to enter a second case or an additional case. When I click on new, the SequelMed automatically remembers or retains the information in the type, location, from date, admission date, ICD-9